Balance is high impact but tricky and hard to get right. I believe ideal balance is when players fight other players, win or lose, they believe the outcome was because of player skill, outplaying or getting outplayed, not because they were significantly out XP'd or outgeared in advance. With that in mind, what immediate changes would you make for the next Path of Exile Royale weekend? What long-term design changes would you make? Are there any specific problems you would like fixed? And if you haven't tried Royale yet, are you planning to? Or are you waiting for some sort of incentive before starting? 4 simple and immediate changes I would make for the next Royale weekend are: number 1, remove Molten Strike and early hit. Number 2, revert the map size. Number 3, start the game with less players. And number 4, add non-win based incentives. In theory, these 4 changes would vastly improve the player experience and hopefully are executable before the next weekend arrives. The aforementioned changes, let's tie them into some general design feedback followed by very specific feedback. Keep it fresh. Right now, melee strike skills with Maim are very impressive. They have strong early to late game farming, which leads them to out XP everyone. High movement speed from Rage and the 10% movement speed passive tree node combined with Maim support or Maim from the passive tree becomes possible to run away from in most scenarios, leading to meta dominance. GGG has already shown their willingness to remove oppressive skills such as Leap Slam or Rolling Blades in prior patches. I believe melee strike skills, particularly Molten Strike and Elemental Hit, are the main culprits and should be removed for now until strike skills are balanced further. Furthermore, I believe players like weekly updates for the sake of change. Rotating new skill gems in and old ones out, throwing in new support gems, or trying crazy design ideas can become a weekly challenge to figure out new strategies before anyone else. This leads to the next idea: a random league mechanic each weekend. One of the most common requests from players are more objectives to fight over. Currently, players generally fight over corpses and flask refill shrines in late game. However, various league mechanics could definitely spice things up depending on the implementation. Invasion bosses could be seen on the map from far away, possibly with a guaranteed unique drop with high HP and damage to compensate. Beyond bosses could be activated and every player could have the Highlighter node automatically selected for level 1. Essences could be scattered around the map to help with item crafting. You could even add some crazy mechanics, say where you're in a late game fight, you spawn a Betrayal General or a pack with Legion rares on your opponent to get the edge you need to win. Another interesting idea is Ultimatum. Some newer players mentioned the difficulty they had with killing and gearing while moving. Ultimatum's guaranteed pause could help with that. Random league mechanics tie into the next idea of catch-up mechanics and possibly a max player level. There currently is a snowball issue where the fastest early game farmers are encouraged to rush the middle, take all the mobs, and severely out-experience everyone else. XP mechanics such as Breach, Harbinger, Ambush, or Domination could spawn near the circle as a catch-up mechanic mid-game. Again, it would be interesting if they were visible on the map from a distance to encourage mid-game battles. A maximum player level is also something to consider, but I'd rather see lower level mobs tested out first to keep clutch late game level ups a thing. Map size. The larger map has some positives, allowing slower players or weaker skills an opportunity to farm up. However, it has not stopped the snowballing issue. Fast farmers are snowballing even harder. Furthermore, Royale is a PvP mode, and with a larger map you can often spend the first 5 to 10 minutes without encountering anyone else. The smaller map, there often was a large amount of early and mid-game PvP, which is now missing. Additionally, if you spawn on the wrong side of the map, you often have to spend the whole early and mid-game running to the next arena before the closing circle kills you and 10 other people. I believe reverting the map size while capping snowballing and adding catch-up mechanics will bring back the fast-paced, short PvP gameplay loops we enjoy. Number of players and player incentives other than winning. Over the past couple of weekends, the European server has maintained a very active Royale player base. In contrast, the North American Royale population has essentially churned through all of its users. Thus, many of the points I mentioned are specific to NA but are most likely relevant to all servers during non-primetime hours. There are 2 key problems. Firstly, there are not enough players to justify 50 user lobbies. Secondly, new players should not be in the same lobbies as hyper-experienced players. 50 to 70 player lobbies are cool, but what's even cooler are starting games at 10, 20, or 30 players, especially during non-primetime hours. Smaller lobbies will A, allow players to play during non-primetime hours, and B, possibly allow some sort of matchmaking system to give newer players a better learning environment. In addition to better balance, ideally. Furthermore, getting enrolled in your first couple of games with MTX rewards only for winning can be discouraging. While personally, I would still play Royale even without any extra rewards. I understand extra incentives could allow players to actively work towards some sort of goal over time, or for the weekend. For example, I believe GGG can take some inspiration from Apex Legends' ranked scoring system. In Apex Legends, players receive ranked points each game depending on their placement times a kill plus assist multiplier. Or it could be a shop where players can spend their rank points each week for various rewards such as mystery boxes or MTX. The amount of rank points players can spend each week could also be capped to avoid situations where top players receive excessive rewards. Custom matches. Custom matches are important because they can help build community. Tournaments, guild competitions, streamer vs streamer, or streamer and viewer games are just a couple of ways custom matches can help build a Royale community. Without community, there's nothing. Community is everything. Alright, let's go through some rapid fire random feedback and ideas. Number 1. Change the beach. There needs to be an even distance to the cliff no matter the starting location. Sometimes it takes 20 seconds, sometimes it takes almost 80. That needs to be fixed. Number 2. Map marker that aims towards the cliff. Number 3. The starting gem needs to be farther away from the starting position so players do not have to deviate from the optimal path to the cliff. Number 4. Plus level of gems needs to take priority over chrome items in the filter. Number 5. Save character hotkeys. Number 6. Golem HP and snakes, especially blue ones, are a bit overtuned. Number 7. Consider a fully visible map. And number 8. Old custom region queues for better ping, especially if the reduced player counts are implemented. If you have any Royale feedback for GGG, consider writing it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, I'll see everyone in the next video. Peace.
Lose! You lost! Yeah, defensive nodes are literally insane. I think this might be my highest XP game. This is why Molten is insane, guys. You get your standard nodes, you farm fast with Rage, you blast up, and then you just take all the, like, a bunch of defensive nodes and you just win. Like, that one literally ZDPS to me. ZDPS, dude. That was free. Alright, what's to say? It just says winner, winner, row at dinner. There's nothing next now. Or 2-1. Gee, that was me. That's a funny character name. That's funny. Jeez, though.